Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea and today I am so excited to be sharing with you this gorgeous makeup look that I'm wearing and using some new products and then some new to me products. So stay tuned for all the details on how I created this look and for all of these amazing products because guys, everything that I use today, I love. But before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. If you are new, I would love for you to click that subscribe button and join the Glam Girl Squad because we would love to have you. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for deciding to come back and support my channel. It truly does mean a lot to me and I appreciate any way that you contribute to support my channel. Watching this video, commenting down below, liking the video, shopping through my links. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you and all of your support. So let's get right into this video. So I'm so excited again to be working with Beautylish in support of their gift card event. So if you're not aware of it, it's an event that starts today. It lasts for a few days and for every $100 that you spend, you get a $20 gift card from Beautylish. And the great thing about it is the gift card comes within like a week of the event ending. So you can use that gift card to purchase other things on their website. And it's a really great time to stock up on some of your favorite products or try some new products from brands that you may not even be aware of or brands that you are aware of and you're looking at the product. You might as well go ahead and get you a gift card while you're at it. So everything that I'm sharing today, you can purchase at Beautylish. And like I mentioned before, I got some products that I'm really enjoying. So let's start off with skincare. Thank you to Beautylish because they threw in a couple of products that I didn't even ask for. And some of that is the skincare that I'm going to share with you. So first I sent over this essence. This is a Flora Drip Essence by the brand called Albion. I actually have never heard of this brand before and I was like, tell me more. So this is a Japanese essence that transforms from a milky texture to a nourishing serum for a more youthful, radiant complexion. This is the 2.7 milliliter? Yeah, this is 2.7 fluid ounces or 80 milliliters of product. And I tried it this morning and I was like, yeah, I like the way that this feels. I used it last night before I went to bed and then I applied it this morning. And if you're not familiar with an essence is a product that you're gonna put on right after you wash your face. And what it does is that it seeps into the skin and allows for the skincare that you put on top to seep deeper and penetrate deeper into the skin even more. So I really love essences. And once I started understanding the power of using them, I use an essence every morning. So granted, I've only used this twice, but I did like how it made my skin look and feel. It was also very hydrating to the skin. And I like to press my essences into my skin with my hands to try to get it to seep further into the skin. So far I really like this. I will definitely keep you updated on how I like it the more I use it. But first couple of experiences, I really liked it. The second brand that was new to me that Beautylish exposed me to is this brand called Pretty 5. So they sent over their Peony and Hyaluronic Brightening Serum, and this is going to have, I'm going to say this wrong, Mountain Peony, White Mulberry, Tranexamic Acid, and then Hyaluronic Acid. This is a serum that is for all skin types, and it's a potent hyaluronic acid serum that instantly refreshes parched skin with a hydrated, dewy glow. So we get a total of 28 milliliters of product or 0.95 fluid ounces of product. So I use hyaluronic acid in some form in all of my skincare, and I did also like this as well. I like that it has a bit of a thicker consistency, so it's not gel-like, even though it kind of looks gel-like, but if you can see, it's a little thicker than the consistency of water. I also pressed this into the skin, and I felt like it definitely gave me a glow, but it wasn't a sticky glow. It wasn't a greasy glow. It was a serum-like texture that does absorb into the skin And I used this also last night and this morning for the first time. So far, so good. The other thing that they sent over was this overnight mask that I did use last night. So this is the Hydro Rescue Repairing Night Mask from the brand Pretty 5. And it's an intensive water locking and anti-aging and brightening mask. So this is interesting. It comes with a little spatula right here. It's got these, it looks like almost like flecks of, at first I was like, are these flecks of gold? It's not flecks of gold, but it says that this is a spa-worthy night mask that you can leave overnight. You don't have to wash it off. It's an ultra moisturizing mask and it's dotted with cellulose. So cellulose is a protein that we have in the plant cell wall. And cellulose is going to have hydrating and stabilizing properties in it. So massage onto your skin and it's going to leave you with a nice dewy, refreshed skin in the morning. So I used it last night and I'm sorry I didn't film it so you all could see what it looked like on my skin. But I will apply, so this is what the texture of it looks like up close. I'll apply some on the back of my hand. It's a lightweight mask. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And it does leave you with like a nice dewy finish. It didn't sit on top of my skin and feel thick and heavy. It absorbed really nicely. And this morning, I will be very honest, I was so tired. So I didn't do like a thorough inspection of my face, but I remember looking at my skin and being like, okay. And then when I actually washed my face this morning, my face felt very smooth and soft. Like as I was rubbing in my cleanser, I was like, oh, my skin is really soft. And I was like, okay. So I will definitely keep you updated on it. But this is more of what my face looked like after I used it. So you can see that it does give you a nice kind of glowy finish and dewy finish. My skin did not look like this morning, but it felt very soft and moisturized. And I didn't use an additional moisturizer last night. I just used the face mask. Just to give you a bit more about the brand Pretty 5. So it says, step into the realm of Pretty 5, where ancient traditional Chinese medicine harmoniously blends with modern Western technology. Their exquisite formulas offer a clean, adaptogenic sanctuary for stressed, sensitive skin. Meticulously crafted under the guidance of traditional Chinese doctors, their natural, high-quality products infuse traditional Chinese medicine, superfood elixirs like peony root extract, snow mushroom, ginger, and licorice to restore the skin's healthy glow. So embrace the fusion of traditional and innovation for skin that exudes vitality and timeless beauty. So I'm very excited that I was exposed to 2 new brands because I'm always here to learn about new products, new skincare, new makeup, new anything. So very pleased with those products. Thank you to the Beautylish team for throwing them in there. And now let's get into Zay Makeup. Now getting into the first product that I requested from Beautylish, let me tell y'all, this Cicely Tyson, this is the Double Tensure Instant and Long-Term, I guess this is a primer-like serum. I have wanted this product since it went viral in 2016, 17, and I could, at the time especially, I was like, I could never spend this much on makeup. This primer is $230. This is going to be a powerful lifting and priming skincare product with botanical extracts. And I was like, I'm gonna ask for it, and I hope they sent it, and they did. Thank you. Okay, so I went in with this after I put on my skincare. Just quickly to tell you about it, it's going to enhance the wear and finish of your makeup with oat seed extract, which is going to create a breathable mesh-like film over the surface of the skin. It has ratani and lemon extracts that will tone and smooth the skin's texture, while tiger nut and cottonseed extracts strengthen the dermal structure. And then it's going to create an instant lifting and smoothing effect that lasts all day. And then after 4 weeks of continued use, skin will feel noticeably more firm, dense, and toned. It says that you can use this as daily skincare, or you can use it as a base for your makeup to help your makeup last longer. Lastly, you can use it to touch up your makeup throughout the day for an instant beauty boost. So this definitely does have a little bit of a thicker texture. I also noticed that, so this is what it looks like on the back of my hand. I also noticed that as I was blending it into my skin, it did have kind of like a tacky finish to it. I could see how it could actually allow your makeup to last a bit longer because it's slightly tacky after it blends into the skin. So, you know, it would allow for your foundation to kind of stick more onto your skin. It has a nice, like, refreshing scent to it. It reminds me of like a scent that I would smell at a spa. And, you know, very much first impressions. Like, we have only had this face on for maybe an hour and some change. So I can't give you like, oh my gosh, I noticed such of a difference. But I remember getting on my stories and I was like, I feel like I'm going to try this product and I'm going to be like, it's all right. It ain't all that. I ain't gonna lie, I really liked how my skin looked. I really liked how my skin looked when I first put it on, and I was like, okay. So I'll keep you all posted on my thoughts. I'm gonna tell you this, when it comes to products that I like, if I like it, I'm gonna buy it. So if I get through this whole container and I'm in love, it will be a purchase for me, for sure. But so far, I liked how it looked on the skin, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, now moving on to concealer. So, what is that guy's name? I can't think of the creator and makeup artist's name. You all know who he is. And it will come to me and I will put their name right here on the screen. But they have been doing a I'm Gonna Find the Perfect Concealer challenge on their page. And the Natasha Denona Hygiene Concealer, the last time I checked, which was like a week or so ago, so I could be wrong. This could have been dethroned, but she was literally killing the game. Like, every concealer that I was like, oh, that's a solid concealer, this one was completely outshining. And would you believe I've never tried this concealer? It came out, I saw it when it came out, and I was like, I have concealers I like not pressed. So I requested this concealer, and I have the shade NY11. Very full coverage, a very nice, soft, natural finish to the skin. And I was like, okay, I'm not mad at her. Like, the way that my T-zone looks with this concealer, I was like, I see why people like it a lot. I have more normal skin, so I feel like this concealer is not going to be, I think this is like a perfect, like, middle of the road concealer where it's not too dewy, it's not too dry, definitely has full coverage. You don't need a lot of this product to get good solid coverage. I feel like between the foundation that I'm wearing and this concealer, I ain't got no freckles, and I wasn't trying to purposely hide my freckles, if you are wondering. No, I didn't. I love my freckles. I love to show them. But this concealer gives coverage, and I really like it so far. I'm considering getting another shade because the shade that I have here, NY11, is almost my skin tone. So it gave me great, like, solid coverage as a base for my concealer, well, for my complexion. So I'm considering picking up a lighter shade. If we are shade twins and you have a shade that's like maybe a shade or two lighter, leave it down in the comment sections below so I know what shade to get. But I ain't gonna hold you, I'm really enjoying how this looks on the skin and the coverage that it provided. Now for my brightening, I went in with the Danessa Myricks Lift and Conceal Concealer because she has been my favorite concealer of the year. And I went in with shade 9. I love this concealer as well because it also gives me very solid coverage. It's going to do literally exactly what the name implies. Lift, conceal. You can use this literally all over the face if you wanted to, or you can just use it for brightening. I have a few different shades that I received from the brand. And so shade 9 is a really good brightening shade where it's not too stark and bright, but it definitely gives me dimension to the face. I would say that this concealer also has a nice natural finish to the skin, so it's not going to be too dry, it's not going to be too dewy or oily or glowy. This is so beautiful. So these two concealers today, they gave me what I needed. They gave me what I needed. Highly recommend both of them. I obviously have way more experience with the Lift and Flex concealer. And it's like I said, it's my favorite concealer of the year, hands down. But I mean, first impressions, but like, I really like this one so far. And I really like how it's just made my whole T-zone look flawless. Let's get into these eyes, because that was actually the first thing I did. So I purchased the Natasha Denona. I think this is the Roxa palette. I think that's how you pronounce it, but this is also at Beautylish, so that's why we're talking about it here. And this is her newest palette. So when I saw this one, I said absolutely, immediately, yes, because purple is one of my favorite eyeshadow shades to wear, and this just seems like what I needed in my life. So I know that these tones right here are a no-brainer for me. If you know me, and you, especially if you know like old school Chelsea eyeshadow, I love me some pink eyeshadows, pink-based eyeshadows, like anything in that realm I know and love. So I was like, we're not gonna play with these tones today because I already know I'm gonna like them. There's no question about it. So I wanted to concentrate the look on these tones right here. And let me walk you through this eye look. So we first went in with the shade called Velour. I blended that into my transition area and it blended really beautifully and nicely. I like that this shade is a more pastel-ish type of purple shade, but it didn't look chalky or ashy on my skin. Then I wanted to see what this shade was looking like, and I didn't realize how cool, like cool toned purple it would pull on the eyes, but it's pretty. And I was like, okay, I thought this was gonna be more ashy in its tone, and it wasn't. So I was really happy about this particular shade. I think if you are deeper, much more chocolate than I am, I don't think that this is gonna pull too ashy on the skin, because as you can see from this swatch, it still has color to it. Hopefully y'all can see that pretty well. It still has nice tone to it. But I mean, there's obviously some white in it because it is more of a cooler tone, but it wasn't as cool toned as I thought it was going to be. So I really liked this shade. Then I went in with this purple shade right here, and this shade right here definitely was a bit of a challenge to work with. I've always been told that purple eyeshadows are hard to formulate and that it's not uncommon for purple eyeshadows to be patchy. This one I definitely had to work with. So my suggestion, because when I did this eye look, I did not put down a primer, I didn't put down powder, concealer, nothing. I just went straight on the eyes. I would definitely say use a primer because I feel like it would probably help, especially this shade, to go on smoother. So I went in with my brush. I definitely, once I realized like, okay, this shade is not going to hit the grooves of my eyes evenly, I started working in smaller sections and just packing the shade on so that I could hopefully get the product within the folds of my eye and, you know, help to diffuse it. So I definitely spent a good amount of time packing the shade onto the eye, then blending, because if I just kind of wanted to go in and blend, it definitely gave me more patchiness. But we finally got it to work, and I even went in with a smaller brush. So the brush that I first went in with was the Sonia G Worker Pro brush, and then I went in with this Natasha Denona brush. Didn't even realize this is the brush I was using. How about it? But I went in with this end, this very small, tight, small, this small end, and I just packed it in all the spaces that I felt like the shadow just wasn't fully pigmented in, and we were able to get full-on pigmentation. So I would suggest going in with a primer because that will probably help this shade just blend better on the eye, especially if you've got mature eyelids like I do. But once it got on, it was on, and I like it. So I'm not upset with this shade. I'm not upset that I had to work with it, but just letting you know in case either you're having that experience with it or you're interested in the palette, just know that with this one, if you notice that it's kind of patchy, just work in small sections and build the color up. I had to go in with the shade, had to. And the way this looks on the eye, y'all, she's stunning. And then this is a shade that I use for the inner corner. And I was just like, really, Natasha? You put your foot in this palette. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Exactly what I thought it was going to be. For the lower lash line, I went in with this deep kind of maroon, purple, not maroon, yeah, maybe like a maroon mulberry type of shade for the lower lash line. And then we blended her out with, I think I blended it out with this shade right here. And then for the inner corner of the lower lash line, I did go in with this shade. And this was a very, like, it's a light shade, but it actually has pigment on it for my skin. And I liked it as a brightening shade if I wanted like a brightening inner corner matte shade. But I did want to go in with a little bit of a shimmer. So we went in with this kind of white-based shade. Looks white in the pan, but as you can see, it does have a purple shift to it. It's really, really pretty. And that's what we have for the inner corner, and that's the eye look. And I'm so here for this eye look. It's so pretty. And like I said, even though I didn't use these tones over here, because I know I like tones like that, I already know I'm gonna like it. But formulation wise, I was very pleased with the formula of the mattes, the other mattes that I did use. And I know for this one, I'll just work in small sections and build it up. And it's beautiful, like very pigmented. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. This is the palette that I feel like if Lila didn't work for you, but you're still wanting to look at some purples, I think that's a purple eyeshadow palette you can get with and love. Now, I did request the golden palette from Beautylish, so I haven't tried it yet, but I'm very interested in giving this one a try. I love her, what's that palette called? The gold palette. I was like, what's it called? It's called Gold Palette. I love it. I still have it. Mine is beat up. But I'm really interested in giving this one a try because, I mean, at the end of the day, as much as I love cooler tone looks, I'm always going to love me some warm-based eyeshadows. So this is one I'm definitely interested in. Let me know if you want to see a look with this palette, and we can get that one done for you. All right, so for brows, I went in with the Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette. This palette was sent to me from the brand last year, but you can get this from Beautylish. You can get any of her products from Beautylish. So these are the two shades that I went in with for my brows and also for my eyeliner and tight line. Okay, I don't need to tell y'all how much I love this palette. You can just see how beat up and loved that she is, that I adore this palette. So just wanted to call that out if you were interested in knowing what was there. And then for bronzer, the Hourglass Lotus palette, I mean, yes. I've been using this palette for a few weeks now, and I think it's really, really, really pretty. So I went in with the bronzer shade right here, and that's what I'm wearing for bronzer. I really like that this is a softer, kind of more neutral toned bronzer. It does have some warmth to it, but it's not completely neutral. So I really, really like it. And then for blush, I was not gonna get these. And then I started hearing people talk about them, and then I was like, okay, let me ask Beautylish to send me these to see if I like them. These new Hourglass liquid blushes, you guys, these are gorgeous, okay? So yesterday, I used this shade here. This is called Future. So I'll do some really quick swatches of them. First off, I really like that they're not thin in the formulation. So I thought they were gonna be like more thin, but they have some consistency to them. So the way that I like to apply them is that I put a drop on the back of my hand, I go in with a brush, get the product on the brush evenly, then I stipple it onto the skin. And when I say stipple, like pounce the brush onto the skin to blend it into the skin. Yesterday, I used the, yesterday I used the Sonia G Sheer Buffer brush. And it blended the product beautifully. You can get all of Sonia G's brushes from Beautylish as well. My absolute, probably my favorite natural haired brush brand. Highly recommend all of Sonia G brushes. Definitely check them out on Beautylish if you're interested in Sonia G or just trying some amazing, great quality and wonderfully priced natural haired brushes. Okay, so I used this brush yesterday to blend it out on the skin perfection. Today, I went in with the Hourglass duo-sided brush because I've never had this brush and I know people love it. And so I did ask Beautylish to send it to me, and I'm happy to have her now. So I did go in with this side of the brush. Same thing, stippled it out and blended the blush into the skin, and it's so beautiful. So on my skin today, I'm wearing the shade Moment, which is more of like a peachy neutral tone. And I'll do a little dot there. The last shade that I have not tried, but I did request from Beautylish is this shade called Imagine. These are so pretty. So we've got Future right here, Moment in the middle, and then Imagine right here. And I'll just do a little bit of blending of the shades so you can see how they look slightly blended out, but they blend really nicely into the skin. Like I said, I thought these were gonna be more sheer and it's in the look and also in their pigmentation. And that's why I was kind of like, I mean, you know, whenever I get to Sephora, whenever I get there, I'll take a look. I'll see what they're working with. For sure, I'm happy with them. I might even pick up another shade or two because these are gorgeous. And I like that they're nice and small and compact, so they would be easy to travel with. But yeah, oh yeah, if you're looking at them, if you weren't looking at them and you were kind of like me and you weren't really pressed, maybe it's something you should look into. And they blend really effortless on the skin. I also like that this is a formula where if powder blush, if you feel like it accentuates your texture too much, I think this would also be a really great blush for you to try because since it's liquid form, it's not going to grab onto your texture like powder might. So this might be also a great option for you to explore, but I'm so here for them. So here for them. The other blush that I went in with on the apples of my cheek was the more peachy neutral toned blush in the Hourglass palette. So this shade right here is what you see on the apples of my cheek. And it gave me like a nice little radiance to my cheeks, which y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm so here for this entire look. Okay, after that, highlight-wise, we went in with the highlight from the Hourglass palette. And I added just a bit of it here and here. Nothing like too intense, just a nice subtle glow. And then I did go in with the ethereal finishing powder all over the face. And then I used this side of the Hourglass brush. Yeah, brush and blush. I gotta think twice before I say them too fast. And diffuse it all over the face. And so I'm really enjoying this brush. I get why people like it. The only thing about brushes like this, I'm like, how do I store it? Because I can't, you know, I can't go like this. That's why I tend to not buy brushes like this because I'm like, so now I gotta store you like this. So now the hairs are sitting on a tabletop. If you have this brush, how do you store it? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, and then on to, well, I forgot to tell you all what I used to moisturize my lips. In the beginning of the video, the Natasha Denona High Gen Tinted Lip Mask. These are good. These are good. So they are going to have hyaluronic acid in it, and it's going to be a nourishing lip treatment. So I did request 3 shades from Beautylish. The shade that I put on today is Baby Nude. And as you saw in the video, it's just a nice, basically natural color on my lips. So on my lips, it basically looks like a gloss. You can't really see the nude color once it's blended in. The other shade that I requested is Berry Bliss. I'll do a quick swatch of that. But these do feel really nice on the lips. I would definitely throw one of these in my purse because they're hydrating, but like, look at that pigmentation though. Oh, we're here for that one. I didn't swatch this one before, so I was like, okay. And then the last shade, which I popped on this, I think like a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, I like, is Candy Apple. This beautiful red shade. And Candy Apple does show up, oh, this thing is kind of dripping. Candy Apple is the red shade, and it does look like this on my lips. Like, it's a nice pigmented lip mask, which I'm always here for because I understand that every lip product is not a gloss, but I love a lip product that can be a lip treatment and look like a gloss and have pigment. Like, throw it all in there for me so I don't have to worry about having the lip mask and the lip color, then the lip gloss. Like, give it all to me in one product. So far, I'm really enjoying them. My lips feel really nice and hydrated. It's not a sticky formula whatsoever, but it also doesn't absorb too quickly into the skin of the lips to where you feel like I got to keep reapplying because now my lips feel dry. And it leaves a really nice, beautiful finish on the lips. So I'm really enjoying these for sure. I think I'm going to toss, I will probably toss, I don't know, I might toss the berry one in my purse if I want a nice lip color with some treatment to it. Okay, now for my lip combo, I went in with the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Blooming Romance palette. Oh, love her too. And I went in with 2 shades. So I went in first with the pomade formula in Evermore, but I was like, it's not giving me like that deep purple that I want. So then I went in with the pomade shade XO for like my lip liner, and that gave me what I wanted from this for my lip color. And then this is now number 4 or 5 of the U Beauty Plasma Lip Compounds. Y'all, I love these. So this shade that I requested from Beautylish is called Lady. And these are going to be, these are kind of similar to the Hygiene lip treatments. It's a lip treatment that gives you really beautiful color on the lips. So this is what the shade Lady looks like. And that's what I applied to my lips. And I was like, oh, she's another purse thrower. Anybody else have like 50 billion lip products in their purse? So I have 2 other shades. I thought I had a 3rd shade, but I have 2 other shades. So I'll do quick swatches of them, but they've got a good amount of shades. So this is the shade Flush. Oh, so pretty. I'm like, I should have requested that purple shade. That's okay. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. I'll put Lady next to Flush so you can see it. And the formula is also nice and thick. Not like greasy thick or like sticky thick, but like thick to where the pigmentation is going to be nice and pronounced on the skin, or on the lips, I should say, and last. So the red shade is called Shanghai. So we've got Shanghai here, Lady in the middle, and then Flush right here on the end. Such beautiful lip products as well. I just love U Beauty in general, because we got some more of them to talk about. But yeah, I highly recommend these lip compounds as well. So guys, those are the details of the face. I did finish off my face with the Set It and Forever Mist. Well, no, I didn't finish my face with this. I used this after I powdered my face. This has been a long time favorite setting spray for me. I love how it like infuses the powders and meshes them really beautifully into the skin. And it does help to set my skin, control oils, but it also feels very hydrating on the face. So this is like a long time favorite setting spray for me. And then just a few more things that Beautylish did send over that I requested that I want to share with you. Okay, so like I mentioned to you all, I love U Beauty, and probably one of my favorite products from the brand is going to be the Super Body Hydrator. So this is such a luxurious body moisturizer. Oh my gosh. I have purchased it twice now. I want to say I've purchased it once or twice, and I ran out recently, and I was like, perfect. This is probably the first thing on my list. It is so hydrating. It's moisturizing. The moisturization lasts all throughout the day. They give you a nice size to use, so it's not a product that you're gonna run through. I would say this probably lasted me a good month and a half, which I mean, I think is a long time, a good amount of time if you're using it every day, maybe even twice a day. Which mine usually lasts longer because I don't use it every day because I'll use another moisturizer. But I really like it. Just to show you what it looks like, because my hands are a little ashy. So that's the formulation. Let me get a little bit more so you can see it on the back of my hand too. I remember Sean had asked to use some lotion, and he's like, well, this is luxury and fancy. I was like, isn't it? It's so nice. So it leaves a nice hydrated look to the skin. It's not sticky, but it does take a bit, like a little moment for it to absorb into the skin. But it's also not one of those where like you gotta wait a while. Like I'll put my moisturizer on, and then by the time I go to put my clothes on, I can put on my clothes comfortably. It doesn't leave residue on my clothes or like, you know, greasy stains or anything like that. Definitely one of my favorite body moisturizer. Like I said, I mean, it's worth the splurge for me. Like I already told you, I already bought it like once or twice, and I will be buying it again. And then another thing that I requested from Beautylish from You Beauty is this travel set. So this is the body travel set. I requested this from Beautylish last year when I participated with them for the gift card event, and I loved it. And I was like, yep, I need it again. So you get in here, travel sizes of the body hydrator, and then the resurfacing body compound. I've already ran out of the body hydrator, the travel size, and I was like, yep, I need some more. And the resurfacing body compound is great if you have more dry skin. So like drier skin leading toward like maybe eczema, skin that's very, very dry. This is going to be more like an exfoliating moisturizer to the skin that's going to help to really moisturize that extremely dry skin without stripping it and it being too harsh on the body. I'm just reading what's on the back of the cartridge. 2 steps for smoother, firming looking skin with sustained hydration. So for the resurfacing body compound, this product right here, it says to apply to rough, uneven, or bumpy skin, concentrating on areas that require additional exfoliation, and then allow the compound to thoroughly dry before applying the super body hydrator from head to toe. So this is not one that you would apply all over your skin unless you do have extremely just dry, bumpy, textured skin all over your body. But you concentrate on those areas that are extremely dry, and then you go in with the body hydrator. It's really, really, really nice. So I would highly recommend that travel set, even if you are not using them for travel, but you just wanted to try the products and then decide, okay, do I want to invest in full sizes of both or just stick with, you know, one or the other? But this is my favorite for sure. And then the last thing that I requested from Beautylish is the Shanta Kai Rose de Mai Face Oil. This face oil is so good. So I got a sample of it. I forgot how I got a sample of the Rose de Mai face oil, and I've been using it lately at night, and I have been loving it. And so I'm getting down to like only maybe 1 or 2 uses left in the sample size that I have. And so I was like, yeah, I want a full size of it. So this is going to be, it says the extraordinary Rose de Mai paired with 4 luxurious rose oils and powerful plant actives, visibly rejuvenates, smooths lines, brightens, and firms skin. You can actually use it morning and night. I use it at night just because it's not thick, but it's a thicker consistency. So I wouldn't use this type of oil during the daytime unless my skin was like burned or something. But just on a day-to-day, for my normal skin, I like to use this at night, but it's a very hydrating oil. If my skin does feel dry, I'll go in with the moisturizer and then apply the oil on top. If my skin doesn't feel too dry, I'll just use the oil as my nighttime moisturizer. Skin feels really soft and supple, and it feels nice and soft when I wake up in the morning. So you guys, those are my recommendations for the Beautylish gift card event. There's so many other amazing products that are sold at Beautylish. I would highly recommend you check them out. They carry some of my favorite brands, and like I said, brands that I love that I can only get at Beautylish. Sonia G for sure. Another one of my favorite brush brands, just if you're interested, is Chica Hodo. And then lastly, my Kitco. So these are the 3 brush brands that I would recommend that you check out if you're looking for some good brushes. My Kitco has natural hair brushes and synthetic brushes, and then Chica Hodo and Sonia G are going to have natural hair brushes. But highly recommend all of the products that I talked about today, because even if I didn't get to use them a lot, first impressions, I'm really vibing with them. And then other products I'm sharing here with you, I've tried them, I've really enjoyed and loved them, so I think you would enjoy them too. Let me know down below some products that you're interested in, if they're products that I shared in this video, or if they're just other products that are sold at Beautylish that are on your radar. I'd love to hear all of your feedback down below. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad, because we love to have you. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.